If you are watching this video right now, make sure to subscribe before we begin, because today's story might be the moment that changes how you look at every coin lying forgotten in your drawer. Now let's talk about a small piece of metal that most people would ignore, yet it holds a mystery and value that not even seasoned collectors expected. I'm talking about the 1-cent Canada 2025 coin, a coin many believe will be common, ordinary, something no one should pay attention to. But what if I told you that hidden among these tiny copper-colored pieces lies a treasure almost no one has noticed yet? As the years pass, new coins come and go, but certain ones catch the eye of collectors for reasons that only show themselves when it's almost too late. And this 2025 Canadian cent, even in a world where the penny has already disappeared from circulation, is becoming the center of quiet conversations among experts who know how value grows before the public realizes what's happening. Imagine someone in their late 50s or 60s, the kind of man who has lived through decades of change, who remembers the sound of coins dropping into glass jars at the end of the day. These people know that every once in a while, a coin arrives that doesn't just tell a story but carries a weight far beyond its size. The 1-cent Canada 2025 is exactly that kind of coin. It represents the end of an era, a glimpse into a minting tradition that is fading into history. Because even though Canada stopped using pennies years ago, special issues, test strikes, and unexpected mint variations still occur, often never announced to the general public. And that is where the value begins. Collectors know one truth better than anyone else: the more unusual the circumstances around a coin's creation, the more valuable that coin becomes over time. And the 2025 Canadian cent is surrounded by rumors of extremely low mintage numbers, talk of experimental metal compositions, and whispers that a few early strikes were never meant to be released at all. These small secrets are what transform a simple cent into a goldmine for the person lucky enough to find one. For someone who grew up saving coins as a hobby, for a man nearing retirement who understands the importance of holding onto pieces of history, this coin is more than currency. It is a legacy. Now picture this. A collector somewhere in Canada walks into a flea market, sees a small envelope full of modern coins for just a couple dollars, and thinks nothing of it. He takes it home, pours the coins onto a table, and there, shining slightly brighter than the others, is a 2025 penny. At first, it looks ordinary. But he notices the finish is cleaner, sharper, almost like a proof strike. The edge seems slightly different, the weight feels just a bit lighter or heavier than he remembers. This is how discoveries begin. Not with fanfare, not with announcements, but with someone paying attention to the smallest details. Experts say the demand for modern rare coins is rising rapidly as more collectors want pieces from this century, especially ones linked to moments of transition. And the disappearance of the penny in Canada was one of the most significant currency changes in recent memory. That makes every special issue cent produced after that decision a historical object, something that represents the end of a chapter in the nation's monetary story. Older viewers, the ones who remember holding Canadian pennies for decades, feel that connection deeply. They know that when a currency vanishes, its surviving pieces become treasures for future generations. But let me take you deeper into why this particular coin is catching attention. Some reports suggest that a few 2025 test cents were struck using different alloys to evaluate future collector series. And whenever a test strike, a trial planchet, or a special finish coin slips into public hands, its value skyrockets faster than almost any other collectible. Combine that with low mintage, historical significance, and the curiosity of being a coin issued long after its denomination disappeared, and you have all the ingredients for explosive value growth. Collectors in their 60s especially appreciate two things: rarity and story. And this coin has both. It represents the end of Canadian pennies, a potential minting experiment, and a piece of modern history that younger generations might overlook. It's the kind of coin that a grandfather passes to his grandson with the words, "Keep this safe. One day you'll understand what it's worth." That sense of generational connection is what makes this coin so powerful. It is small, quiet, unnoticed, yet waiting to be discovered by someone who knows how to recognize rarity when they see it. And those who know, truly know, that modern rarities can surpass even the value of much older coins. This is why collectors around the world are keeping an eye on every cent from these limited issues. Not because they expect to become rich overnight, but because they understand how value grows when supply is tiny and demand keeps climbing. Now imagine, just for a moment, someone watching this video, maybe someone like you, going through an old box, a wallet, or a forgotten drawer, only to find one of these coins resting there. At first, it might not look special. But when you look closer and notice the sharpness of the design, the smoothness of the strike, the unusual feel of the metal, you realize you might be holding something extraordinary. A coin produced in limited numbers, saved by accident, preserved without knowing its future importance. These are the moments that turn ordinary people into the lucky few who own something priceless. Collectors are already predicting that this coin will not stay under the radar for much longer. Once the global numismatic community starts documenting the variations of the 2025 Canadian cent and confirming which versions are rarest, prices will jump dramatically. And those who already own one will be in a position that every coin searcher dreams about. Ownership before the world realizes what the coin is truly worth. And now, for the part you have been waiting for. Based on expert speculation, rarity whispers, and the explosive demand for modern mystery coins, the estimated top value attached to the rarest known version of the 1 cent Canada 2025 coin has reached an unbelievable figure. The kind of number that doesn't just surprise collectors, but shocks them. The kind of value that turns a simple penny into a once-in-a-lifetime prize.